Hi, all you music lovers out there. My name's Andy Rodriguez, and I'm also known as the Blackspinner. And welcome to my channel. And today's episode, we are going to be doing the letter K. And if you're new to our channel, what you have found is that the Blackspinner goes through his record collection in alphabetical order and in chronological order. I have been collecting records for over 20 years, and I'm close to maybe 1,000, a little bit over 1,000. And so I go through each album. Today we are, like I said before, we will be doing the letter K, and I will be mentioning some key tracks on each album, songs that are special to me, and maybe some songs that aren't that familiar to you that you can later go and look them up or stream them or whichever way that you want to listen to your music. So let's get started. The first album that I have here is kind of odd. I found it in February, right before coronavirus hit. So that was my last trip to a record store. So I found this album at a place called Cactus Records, which is a record store here in Houston. And I bought this one for $1. It was interesting because I bought something that's kind of different than what I usually buy, because I've never heard this band before. And I looked them up while I was at the record store, and without further ado, I'll let you know who they are. And if someone has heard this band, please leave a comment and let me know more about them. But it's Kitzer. I looked them up, and they are a German death metal band. And it was $1, and here's the back of it. I know it's kind of weird, right? According to what we've gone through already, and then something like this jumps out at you. You're like, what are you doing, Blackspinner? Are you okay? But, yeah, everything on here is written in, well, I was going to say in German, but it's not. There's this right here. A little bit is written in German. Most of it is written in German, with some English words in between. Here's the record. Of course, I'm not going to be going over the songs because I can't read them. Nuclear Winter. I don't know. I've heard it a couple of times, and I do like heavy metal music. I do love metal, and I like the rhythms on here, so that's pretty fun. And what I have next is a picture album here of the band The Killers. This is their second album. This is Sam's Town. And interesting note about The Killers. Back in 2006 when I got married, my wife and I went to New York City for our honeymoon. And they were playing Madison Square Garden, and it was sold out. And we were kind of bummed, but we went to the Late Show with David Letterman, and they were playing. So that was cool because we got to see them right there at the Ed Sullivan Theater where the Beatles were introduced to America. And then we also got to see the Killers. I think they played like 3 songs. Did they play 2 songs? And they played another one, and when the broadcast was over. But there's the album cover for the Killers, Sam's Town. It's a picture disc. I don't have too many of these. And the sound is a little different. I would rather prefer it being all black. Because if I did, I'd be called Picture Spinner, right? But the songs on here are pretty good. When You Are Young, For Reasons Unknown, Read My Mind, This River is Wild, and Uncle Johnny. This was their second album. The first album, Hot Fuzz, I've got on CD. And that is just a phenomenal album. The first one, Hot Fuzz. And this was a band I was trying to get into, and it didn't quite work out the way I wanted to. The Greg Kihn Band. I had a couple of other ones, and I traded them off. There's not too many songs on here that stick out, but they did their big hit, or their one-hit wonder, I guess it was called, was Lost in Jeopardy. But that's not on here. I guess, let me look through this real quick. Reunited is an alright song. Confrontation Music. And One Thing About Love. But, and those songs were just okay. There's a paper insert from Berkeley Records. There's their label. Sometimes you don't get this right. I'll fix it later. And what we have next is a double album. It was the 50th album, it says here, by B.B. King. I like B.B. King. I've seen him in concert a couple of times. I think this is a single album. And when I found this at the record store, there were 3 albums shoved in here. 3 different B.B. King albums. And I took them out, because it's not right. Because I would have been stealing them. So, the songs on here, let's get to them. Big Boss Man, In the Midnight Hour, Into the Night, My Lucille, My Guitar Sings the Blues, and Double Trouble. Yeah, I'm a fan of B.B. King. I like his music. And this next B.B. King one that I have, it's called Blues and Jazz, which is really neat because it gets away from the bluesy sound, and he's got a bigger band with him on this album. And with a bigger band means more noise, and I like that a lot. The songs on here, Sell My Monkey, Teardrops From My Eyes, Darling, You Know I Love You. And the thing with B.B. King is that it's so much fun to hear him play. His guitar and his voice is very recognizable. And next we have here is, I will say that this album is in my personal top 20 of all time. She was a singer-songwriter from the 70s, but also she wrote a lot of hit songs in the 60s. A lot of hit songs in that Brill building in New York that was very famous for writing out hits. And Carole King Tapestry. I love this album, beginning to end. This album is one of my favorites. Her voice is perfect on here. The music backing her up is perfect. It's just a perfect time and place for this album. And the songs on here, I Feel the Earth Move, So Far Away, It's too late, baby, now it's too late. Beautiful, Way Over Yonder, You've Got a Friend, Will You Love Me Tomorrow? Now, Will You Love Me Tomorrow, she had written for the Marvelettes, which is a Motown band, which is a Motown girl group. And it was alright, but the way that she sings it here, a little bit more adult-like. And it just has a different feel to it. Tapestry, and You Make Me Feel Like a Natural Woman. Which, of course, Aretha Franklin made it really big, but she sings it, of course not as good as Aretha Franklin, but she does it just so smooth. This is a really good album. If y'all ever want to look it up, it's Carole King Tapestry. It's to be listened to and respected. This is a great album. And I got another one here by her, Carole King Music. And just to let you know, she personally, and really, well, I'll just leave it at my personal feeling about her. She never got better than Tapestry. That was, and this one was okay music. Here's the inside of it. On Tapestry, she had a cat. This time she has a dog. Brother was a good song. Some Kind of Wonderful. Song of Long Ago and Too Much Rain were pretty good. And what I have next is a band that came out in the mid 1980s during the heavy pop metal scene. And these guys were a little overlooked. This is a really good album. Kingdom Come. This was their debut album. The lead singer does sound a lot like Robert Plant, and there are a lot of Led Zeppelin-like riffs, but it's not a total rip-off. But that's what plagued them throughout their career, and especially when they came out with this. They came out hot, and then the criticism came around, and they left quietly. There's the back of it. This is a fun album to listen to. Paper Sleeve. Living Out of Touch. 17. The Shuffle. Get It On. Loving You and Shut It Out. Yeah. Kingdom Come. And what we have next is a band that did very well for themselves throughout their careers, and they were a big part of the British invasion. You might put them in the top 5 of the top invasion bands. I'm talking about the Kinks, the greatest hits. I like the Kinks a lot. I wish I could find more, but they're kind of hard to find. Don't have the vinyl because it's back there on the player. And man, this was really good. The songs that are on here, of course, greatest hits. I'll read them to you. You Really Got Me. I'm Tired of Waiting for You. I love that song. That might be one of my favorites by them. Tired of Waiting for You. Who'll Be the Next in Line? Till the End of the Day. Dedicated Follower of Fashion. A Well-Respected Man. And All Day and All of the Night. And then they jumped from genre to genre in the 70s. And here they tried to do a concept album which was left me kind of put the pieces together. This is Schoolboys in Disgrace. There's the back of it with the guys dressed in schoolboy gear. And a side, well, not a side note, but the lead singer Ray Davies and the lead guitar player Dave Davies were brothers. And this does have the lyrics on them. Yeah. This album was just okay. But when they got into the late 70s, again they had remade themselves to a different genre, and this was kind of a hard rock, a hard arena rock. This is the Kinks' Low Budget. What year was this? This was mid-70s, I believe. Low Budget. And let me see here. Yeah, the songs on here outside, Attitude, Pressure, Wish I Could Fly Like Superman. And yeah, this was from 79. I thought it was more in the mid 70s, but 79 is not bad either. Low Budget, A Gallon of Gas, and Moving Pictures. And that's almost 7 songs on here that are fantastic. And like I said, it's a lot of arena rock. It's a lot of Dave Davies guitar licks and guitar solos, which that's not too bad for them when he's playing like that. And this is 78. I'm sorry, this should have come before Low Budget. This is Misfits. This came out in 78. And I believe, yes, this is an import. There's this paper insert for it. The lyrics are also inside. Let me see if I can flip them up for y'all. There you go. I don't know if y'all can see it. It didn't look too good on my end. The songs on here. Ooh. Misfits, Hay Fever, Rock and Roll Fantasy. Yeah, all of side 1. It's pretty good. And Black Messiah on side 2. And Trust Your Heart is alright. Let me flip these back, 78 to 79. And what we have here, which I'm a sucker for the double live. That's right, Kinks. One more for the road. One more for the road. And here's the inside of it. Pretty cool. Not only that, this comes with a double-sided poster. That's pretty cool, man. Let me open this up for y'all. It's pretty neat. The Kinks. And like I said, double-sided. It's pretty neat to find stuff like this inside the album. And of course, since this is a double live album, you are going to get the hits. And this was released in 80 something. Oh, well, let's get through the songs here first. Catch Me Now I'm Falling. Remember Lola? That was a really good song. And Where Have All the Good Times Gone? Remember Van Halen did a little cover of it? I didn't like I love Van Halen, but I did not like that cover that they did of that one because I don't like Diver Down at all. The Kinks, let's see, All Day and All the Night, 20th Century Man, Misfits is on here, and Prince of the Punks. Man, you know, if y'all haven't really gotten into the Kinks, go ahead and stream them. If you don't want to purchase anything, well, go ahead and stream them first, and I tell you, you would like them. Till the end of the day, You Really Got Me on side 4. It's on side 3. Superman and Attitude. Yeah, this is a really fun listen. Really is. And what I have next is Kiss, their debut album. I have recently gotten into Kiss, maybe the past 4 years. 4 or 5 years I've been getting into Kiss. I got some stuff on CD, a couple of stuff on cassette, but I would really like to get more of their output on vinyl, because I don't have that much. I'll show you what I have, of course. But their debut album is phenomenal. There's the back of it. And this is what really did turn me on, was their first album. Let's go with Strutter, Nothing to Lose, Firehouse, Cold Gin, Deuce, and Black Diamond. Man, I like Black Diamond a lot, especially on the vinyl, where it's in its entirety. You just hear boom, boom, boom. It's great. And I do have Alive by Kiss. Here's the inside of it. And funny story about this is that I bought this when I was on vacation in Los Angeles at Omobi Records. And what was pretty interesting about that was that, where was it? Oh, Casablanca Records is on Sunset Boulevard, and that's where Omobi Records was. So I bought this album on the same street that this was recorded on, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it was done at Casablanca Records on Sunset Boulevard, and that's where I was. That's where I bought this album. It was late at night, I remember. It was like 11 o'clock at night, which was 2 o'clock my time. So my eyes were pretty heavy, but I bought this for $3. And it plays fantastic. It really does. And anything in the inside? Something tells me I had something in the inside. Bear with me, folks. Oh, yeah, there is, man. You know what's a good thing I looked into this. It's got a little booklet to it, which is really neat. And it's got pictures of them. It's pretty neat that I got this for $3. There's Gene and Peter. In the middle of them in concert. A little page there. It's pretty cool. I'm trying to get the glare from the light off of it. And then there's Ace and Paul there. Man, it's a good thing I looked at this so I can share that with y'all. And the next I have by Kiss is Rock and Roll Over. This is a really good album. This was released like in '76, I believe. And the songs on here are just really good. See You in Your Dreams, Love 'Em and Leave 'Em, Hard Luck Woman was a big hit for them. Throughout their career, that Hard Luck Woman was a big song for them. I Want You and Calling Dr. Love and Ladies Room and Mr. Speed. Yeah, this was a really good album too. Anything interesting inside? No. Paper sleeve with a Casablanca label. And what I have here is Unmasked. This was okay. They were starting to get on the low side of things. Easy as It Seems, I like Shandy, even though a lot of people, especially Kiss fans, look down on that song. I like it. You know, this album, if you don't think of it as Kiss, if you just think of it as a pop rock album instead of what you were used to, it's alright. It fits alright as a pop rock album. Not a hard rock album, but, you know, poppy record. It's okay. And what I have next by them is Asylum. This was during their MTV video making days. And note here, there are a couple of different band members here. We got Eric Carr here. He's already been on a couple of them, but this is the first one I have with Eric Carr. And Bruce Kulick is also on here, I believe. I believe it's Bruce Kulick. And the inside, yeah, little something there for us. We got that. Yeah, it is Bruce Kulick. Alright. Songs on here. This is a pretty good album. I enjoyed it. Some people didn't, but Tears Are Falling was a big video for them. Love's a Deadly Weapon. All Night. Radar for Love. Yeah. You know, we got King of the Diamond. Yeah, you know, if you want some 80s, and this is back to the hard rock scene. This is a little bit harder than their previous albums were. This is really good. I enjoyed it. And what we have next is Crocus. What's the name of this one? One Vice at a Time. If you're not too familiar with Crocus, they've got to feel like AC/DC. That's who I would say they kind of sound like. A paper sleeve in the inside, just not as good. I hate to say that, but they do a cover of here of American Woman, and the rest are going to be their own originals. Songs like I'm on the Run and Rock and Roll and To the Top. You know, it's good stuff. If you just want to throw on a hard rock album from the 80s and just kick back and hear it, it's pretty good stuff. And also, I have Crocus Headhunter. Same thing. Not all Crocus albums, there's not that big of a difference to them. If you like Crocus, you can buy some more, or if you just have a couple of Crocus like I do, that's good enough. But if I see Crocus again in the stores and I don't have them, you bet I'm gonna pick it up. And there's the back of it. Pretty good. Well, that concludes my episode for the letter K. Thank you for joining me. I really had a good time talking to you guys about my records. Please don't forget to leave a comment. And also, sorry, because I've got something else to say in the back of my mind as well. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I really like it when I see people subscribe to it. And also, what I was going to ask, if anyone has any more information about that band Kaiser, the first band that I showed you, let me give you a little reminder. If you got any more information about this band here, please put in the comments so that I can learn a little bit more about them. All right, I would appreciate it. Well, guys, until next time, we'll be hitting the letter L, and I will have a separate episode for Led Zeppelin. They will have their own episode, like Bob Dylan did, and the Beatles and Deep Purple. Led Zeppelin deserves to have their own. And we will also have another episode with the L's are going to be separate from them. So I hope that you join me on those 2 episodes. Well, thanks a lot for spending the time with me. You take care and keep on rocking.